everything impossible. I'll keep that in my prayers. That's okay. The board, yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm hoping last week helped some, helped the grass, but I don't know how it's going to be enough to save the crops. I know I can't push back too far.
I had to go up to the shed. Yeah, I had to go up Borough Council meeting for August 12th, 2024 shall be in order. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The executive session was held prior to the meeting today to discuss personnel-related issues. I have no announcements before the meeting here. Reading the minutes, council has a copy. Are there any corrections or additions?
Make a motion to approve last month's meeting.
Second. All those opposed, or all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Citizen remarks. Please come up to the podium, state your name and address for the record. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. And if you have not signed up, please do after your comments up there at the register at the front. Okay, no citizen remarks. Chief Lutz, please report.
Evening, Council. So for the month of July, we handled 41 incidents in the borough. We had no Part 1 offenses. We had one Part 2 offense, which was a fraud. The other incidents that we handled were animal complaints, alarms, assist other police departments, civil disputes, disturbances, EMS calls, speed recording device data, suspicious activities, suspicious persons, suspicious vehicle theft, welfare checks. We did make 4 traffic stops. It appears that we issued 4 warnings. Other than that, I would just remind people to be vigilant. The weather's still nice. People are out walking when they shouldn't be walking in parts of the town or borough that they shouldn't be walking. If you see something, say something, call us. We'll come check it out. Lock your vehicles. That's the best protection you can if you don't want someone to take things out of your vehicle. Why? I don't know. They just think that it's theirs. That's all I have. Does anyone have anything for me?
Did you have the speed sign up in town?
Yes, we did.
What results did you get out of it?
The data is speeding vehicles.
Yeah.
It was very, very low. That sign right there, I don't use that to judge whether there's a speeding problem because when people see there's a sign there, they naturally slow down, right?
Okay.
And it starts blinking when they're out far away, but they're already caught by that point in time. But it's easier for someone to say, hey, when you're driving through town, there's a big white thing hanging on a telephone pole. They look for it, right? So they adjust their speed. The device that we use is it's called JMAR Law Enforcement Radar. It's a little black box, and if you don't know what you're looking for, you're not going to see it. That gives us the true depiction, and I can actually break down the speed into time of day, how many enforceable violations, what are non-enforceable violations, the 85th percentile of the speed, which is the measuring point at which PennDOT determines what the speed limit sign should be for any particular roadway. That's the device that I've hung on that same location and gotten that data before, and which I will be bringing it back as soon as I move it throughout the rest of the town.
I thought I saw
The other one was just hey, this is your speed. If you're traveling above the speed limit, please slow down.
Yeah.
Gives them that visual representation of the speed they're going through.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was something that you were
Throwing
recording.
them all around.
Okay.
We used to just primarily just use that to get our data. And while it was good data because we didn't have anything to judge it against, when I put that up against the other device gets much better report.
And I want to follow up with the Newberry meeting on the one gentleman that stated about that. That box should be put up at a different time instead of when people are traveling to work in the morning. Cause like you said, when people see you putting it up, everybody's texting, calling, messaging.
I'll agree to disagree, Mr. Combs, because no matter what time I'm gonna put up, someone's gonna see you put it up, right? I put it up at 8:30 in that guy's neighborhood. Most people are at work, so they usually start at 7 or 8 o'clock. If I make it to 12 o'clock, then they're coming home for lunch. I make it 2 o'clock, then the people that work in first shift are coming home. No matter what time of day we put it up, unless it's underneath the cover of darkness,
Right.
someone's going to see us,
Yeah.
pretty much.
And the other thing, I do know that it did pick up one motorcycle that I saw, the one that you had on the southern end of town, because I was sitting in Whistler Road getting ready to make a left on York Street, and that motorcycle come through so fast. This was before the sign was dead. It came through so fast, the sign didn't even pick it up.
Well, you gotta understand about the sign versus the box. The sign only picks up
Right.
one direction. The box picks up both directions at the same time. So that's why we get much better data, because I'm actually picking up data on both sections of roadway versus just the direction in which the sign is facing.
But the one that lights up, literally like a motorcycle can get by without being detected. I mean, he did, obviously, I've seen it.
I guess it maybe.
Because as soon as I went out and made a left, I mean, it blocked me, you know, I mean, 50, 60, 70, you know, whatever. But I'm just making a point about that. And the mayor, did the mayor ask for code reports? Do we get monthly code reports now?
No, he asked for one Cody report, which I provided that to him.
Can we get monthly code reports?
You get the monthly Cody report that I send you every month.
All that what this is?
That's a report. The report he requested has to do with time. He wanted the amount of time that was spent in the borough for each incident. That's what the Cody report was.
Okay.
That particular thing.
So who gets that?
Nobody. I don't run it for anybody for a monthly.
Okay.
If that's something that you want, we could potentially do that. It would take a little bit of administrative time in order for us to run that on a monthly
Does
basis.
anybody else get it?
No.
Newberry, nobody gets it?
No, they get the same report that you get. With the breakdown, in fact, if you see the cover sheet that you get, it has all the municipalities on there. The pages behind there are specifically for Goldsboro. And the only difference that Newberry gets is these reports.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not with it for some.
The only thing that Newberry gets different is I write a paragraph synopsis as to what I just spoke about of the incidents that occur, but it encompasses all of it. It encompasses Goldsboro and York Haven, because that's who we provide service for.
All right. Is there any other discussion or public comments on the police report? Now I need a motion to approve the police report.
I'm in.
Thank you.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Chief Smith with the fire report.
Yeah, total calls for the month of July, we had 11, total calls for the year, 100. 2 structures, 5 brush fires, 1 pole wire down, 1 public service, and 2 fire police calls. We had 2 training sessions. One of the 2 is one of the ones that I wasn't here for the last month. So I wasn't present. List of management firms. Can we send that out in a monthly newsletter or reach out? How many management firms in the borough where landlords pay their electric bills?
Just about all of them do. Now, there is a few that they pay completely, but there's a few that their residents pay.
Is there a possibility of trying to get this list again? Obviously with 110, that was obvious.
Yeah.
We had a call at 110 North York Street. I had to conduct forcible entry to the building after the management firm would not provide the access code. The individual that was residing there had already been evicted. There was a water leak in 112, and the water shut off was in 110. So, but that's the reason why. You know, at least contact me to the management firm to let them know, because then I had to follow up with PD and have them come down and advise them that it was forced
Problem,
entry.
just see, the problem with us with the management firms is they change phone numbers constantly.
Well,
The ones like over there.
yeah, but like that over there, they have a website.
Yeah.
And I already have 2 working numbers for him. I'm talking about the remainder of the borough to include landlords like Paulus.
Yeah.
I have his number. But I'm
The
looking
only
for a
one-
full list of landlords and management firms in this borough, because that's gonna come up later on in the mayor's report for 53 South York Street, and the property behind that. So, but we'll get to that then. The other question I have for council, status on the fireman's tax relief. That information was turned over to you back at June's meeting, discussed in May, held over to June, turned the report over to you for the minutes, and then July, nothing transpired. Where do we sit with that?
I think we were waiting until we had council, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's been so long, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't, there was no solicitor at that point.
And it was tabled, and then in July we had the solicitor.
Well, he was.
But it's, new.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see where that sits now. Plus, the documents that were requested by Councilmember Toothaker were not put out on the website. I turned in what I felt was substantial, and the report's given. So where do we stand with the documentation to be put out on the
We're
website?
gonna put that out here, I'm gonna get with Charlie and get the right forms and get that page, designed.
And that's just not for me, that's for, anybody else that can go out, so get that documentation and fill it out themselves.
That was just put in the back burner, I forgot all about it.
Yeah, we changed our website and it was, it's gonna be built on the.
Okay. One last, well, never mind, that's a different story. That's all I have.
Is there any discussion, or public comment on the fire report? Alright,
Just that we gotta have the proper documentation before we can do it.
right.
That has been turned in.
The, for the landlord tenant list, is there any ordinance that requires landlords to report their information and upkeep it?
We have I'm not sure if it's totally, we always had a protocol, but when they change tenants, they fill out a sheet and send it to us. And most of them are good for that. Ones like SPG Capital, they don't correspond with it at all. And that's not the only ones, the others besides, I was just using them to we talked about the other night.
Probably should think about doing something there.
Yeah.
So we have up-to-date information.
Yeah.
Okay, I need a motion to, accept the fire report.
Make a motion.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? All right, mayor's report.
It's going to take a while. Weed abatement, Broadway and South York Street. Do we have anybody, or anybody out on probation?
No.
Is it on that?
No.
Okay. Coming to council, see if we can get Brent on that
Right.
first.
Oh, okay, I already asked the Pete Duty, said no.
You won't do it?
Look,
What are we talking about?
The weeds down through, again, it was last year, and again this year, the weeds between the road and the seam of the sidewalks that are not residents' responsibilities.
They're not the residents'
No
responsibility?
sidewalk back to the house is. And if you could take a drive up to Shelley's same way.
yeah, I had a guy at public works last year, I didn't do it.
But it's getting out of control. Now, I know there are some residents, like where we had trees moved down in front of areas, where the trees are removed, there's weeds all over the place. Just coming right up out of the ground, out of the sidewalks. I don't know if that's something we can send out, like a flyer, or the weekly newsletter, the monthly newsletter. Weed abatement, take care of, the weeds. The firehouse is no better, I will state that.
You would think people would have respect for the property and just take care of it.
Can't we just get somebody to spray it?
That's a licensed individual to,
I'm just trying to alleviate Goldsboro looking like,
Well, that's why I say you think the homeowner would, I can understand it's have to do with front apartment buildings, those people don't care, but you think the homeowners would care enough about their home to keep it cut down?
But it is the borough's responsibility, right?
Can't we
hire someone to do it?
How deep your wallet?
Pardon?
How deep is your wallet? That's all you gotta look at. I tried to get Brent to do it, but he won't do it, so you have to hire someone.
all right, here's another question, I'll just throw this out. I'd be willing to do it, the borough purchases the weed whacker.
We have one.
You got one? All right,
Yep.
here we go. I'll take care of it,
That's the one down there.
all right?
I'll help you. I have my own weed whacker. I'll help. Just let me know.
Where did you say South York Street in Broadway?
Broadway, South York Street, even North York Street after I took the drive, and then good chunk of shells. And, you know, even there's no sidewalks.
Yeah.
I don't know, just a concern, it's unsightly too.
Just be careful. Start doing that stuff to people, they're gonna want more.
Well, I'm not doing it for them, I'm doing it for the borough, so. Other topic, 53 South York Street. Which, I got a complaint from, individual that lives in the apartments on First Avenue next to the storage, block, complaining of the weed growth on 53 South York Street. And I'm gonna go down, I haven't gotten a chance, but I'm gonna go down, I've already seen it, it's pretty bad. It looks like, I'd love to know where they got the elephant ears from and how long that's been growing like that. But, yeah, the resident had complained, he lives in the apartments across the street about the two properties, 53 and the one right beside it. Domestic rabbits and exotic animals. I'd like council to consider putting a limit on the numbers on that one. The rabbits fall under exotic, and I think they should be limited.
We got an ordinance for rabbits.
Well, it falls under exotic. The rabbits, it's,
Is that 8 in the pen or 8 on the?
there's no number. That's the problem. I know my next door neighbor had 19 removed,
And they're still getting out,
and they're still getting out, and they're still present.
because they're loose in the yard.
I'd like council to consider putting a number on the number of exotic, you know, pets or specific rats for the borough.
So somebody's raising rabbits and
Getting them to
Yeah.
just letting them loose?
They do.
Oh, well, no, they'll raise them for consumption,
Right.
which is borderline.
But a bunch of them are escaping.
Oh, yeah. And now the problem is, the ones that have escaped have bred with the wild rats.
So rabbits everywhere.
I had 3 in my backyard. And I got a drop. I can bring that in the bag.
Dogs love them.
Have you tried reaching out to the union commission at all?
That's who, the neighbor,
Yeah, she
has
did.
actually gotten in touch with the, game commission, the SPCA. She was black flagged because she was taking the rabbits down and dropping them off. And after you take so many down, you get black flagged, or I guess.
Can't take anymore.
You can't take any more.
Take them where? The
SPCA. You get black flagged if you're, bring them all down, just, here, can you do something with them?
She spends a lot of her time and money on
Yeah.
this, on these.
So, I don't know. We'll see about that. Just looking to see what I can put on that, on how many can actually be maintained by the resident within the borough.
It's just a matter of updating the ordinance
Yeah.
or resolution, whichever it is.
Is there also requirements in there with disposal of manure and how you handle?
Yes,
all that stuff?
absolutely. Not in that said ordinance, but there is an ordinance for improper disposal within the borough. And that has already been addressed with 2 residents within the borough. 40 West Broadway, the camper in the backyard. Resident came and asked, what ordinance were you citing, or were you looking at an ordinance regarding that?
Just only one, R1 zoning, only one home. One home, you can't stay there in a camper.
Yeah, okay. And what ordinance was that?
Just R1 zoning,
Okay, so, all right.
single resident.
just so I can go back to them and let them know, because I couldn't find it under the ordinance.
Yeah, she thinks that these people come from North Carolina and live in her backyard.
They were staying there for a period of time. I don't know if they're still there or not. I know the camper's there, but I don't know if they're still there. For transparency here, they were staying in a camper for a period of time until they could find another location, campground, to put the camper in to reside in, so. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the solicitor up. First off, my name's Doug Smith.
Nice to
How
meet
you
you.
doing? I got some questions for the solicitor. I was not present last month. I want to get clarification if you can take note on this. Under what authority does an individual representing the borough authorize enter a private residence property to enforce an ordinance?
Like me, I have zoning, I can go on anybody's property.
Yeah, I'd have to see more of the specifics of each circumstance, but that's something we can talk about offline if needed.
Because even with myself or Charlie looking to enforce ordinances, does that give us the authorization, if we're not invited on the property, to actually enter the property?
There's certain circumstances when you can. Generally speaking, I would say no.
Okay. And the last topic for me, 220 South York Street. Can I get a copy of the signed letter after you signed it and it was sent out, certified?
Oh, okay, I don't think I have that. But
Yeah, if you can get that to me, I'd appreciate it.
What's that about?
that's the rabbit thing.
Oh, the rabbits.
Yeah.
No, the chicken.
I'm sorry, the chicken thing, yes.
Yeah, if you can give me a copy of the
I
one
think I was
showing.
advised not to. I think I
Yeah,
was advised not to.
both signatures,
Yeah.
if I can get a copy of that.
Yep.
And that's all I have.
Alright, is there any discussion, comments, public comments on the mayor's report?
Yes, I'd like to. What about the meter readers? Are they allowed to go on the property without?
Yes.
I didn't know if that fell under.
It's a utility
Mr.
It's a utility
Yes.
function,
Yep.
and yes, they can.
Okay, I just have a question on that. Okay.
Any other comments or questions from the mayor's report? Alright, hearing none, I need a motion to approve the mayor's report.
Motion.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor? Opposed? ELH and P report and water company report.
You have it in front of you.
Is there any discussion or member discussion or public comment on the ELH and P report?
Not really H&P, but that pole.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I call him, left a message, phone, I'll do that. I'm sure it's gonna take recall.
Yeah, that's something that also, one telephone pole down here at Delaware Street, that has that board holding it up, before people's house.
Yeah.
Is somebody invested in that?
Oh, yeah, it's not done, taken care of.
Oh, that's the borough or that's the railroad?
That's the railroad.
It's the railroad.
That's all we're gonna do.
I think that pole I'm talking about is the freaking railroad too, because it's got that big heavy messenger for that big cable
Oh, this switch wire.
down
And
at
they
the,
don't call
down
it
at the
long.
underpass. And
I
I put that no parking sign on that one pole, that pole's running off the base and ain't going up somewhere.
A lot of those telephone poles that the railroad has through the railroad are just being held up on wires. The power lines, there's no power coming through those.
At what,
But they're just being held up by the wires.
what point does it become a safety hazard to the
It
borough?
already is. But it's on their property, so they don't care.
Let's look at writing the railroad company, or a letter.
I have them.
Let's have Delsey go down and pull the 3-bolt clamp off and at least drop it on the ground so it don't fall over and kill somebody.
Well, if it falls, it's gonna demolish that sunroom before that.
Well, no, the one at the underpass is just,
Oh, we have one down here too.
is it?
Yeah, they're all along
There's two of them, one per.
I mean, I know we're concerned about spending money and everything like
That's
that,
not
but there's a
on
little
us.
bit of life. No, I know it's not on us, but the railroad ain't ever gonna do anything.
Right.
until they fall down.
And even when it falls down, our residents
That's what
will
they
be
told Kenny,
up.
he has the marina, he said something about the poles just standing there. And the only thing holding it up is the wires.
I think we can.
And they told him the one they fall
I'll
down,
get with
they'll
you.
address it.
Yeah.
We'll write a letter to them, on that. See if we can get a resolution.
I don't have anything else for the ELH review.
I need a motion to accept the ELHCP report.
I'll make that motion.
Second. All those in favor? And a motion to accept the water company report.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor? Engineer report.
Nothing.
All right. Solicitor report.
No written report this month.
But you're gonna check into, what is it, the fire department stuff?
No, the village renewal property for forcible improvements.
Yeah, we'll give you a more thorough write-up of that.
Committee reports. Buildings and grounds.
Nothing was this month.
Emergency management.
I don't know. I actually don't.
Will, did you get your paperwork turned into the county?
You put me on there originally? I think that's an appointment or a letter that has to come from here somewhere. I think it's, and I don't, it don't matter.
No, because
I haven't been able to log on to the site since I changed computers.
York County EMA sent me and Charlie an email back in June asking about EMA coordinator and point of contact.
That's all that stuff.
I was in there at one point, but I don't know where it stands now.
Well,
I thought that was an appointment that you had to get them to go.
That's you fill that in, send that back in, and then you also have to do the background check for the state police too.
Yeah, because I was on for EMA for York County, and all of a sudden, I just stopped getting them.
Yeah. The reason why I also came up was last week, the county had 3 meetings regarding that. So, which
I wasn't aware of any of that.
No, you're fine. I attended all 3, nothing significant, other than taking before and after pictures, which I have taken. And the borough manager needs the pictures from Water Street, because creek, up in Fishing Creek here, at Pines and Valley, Deckman had sandbags in Deckman.
Yeah.
So I raised that,
I heard that.
and they
But I
still,
heard-
they still weren't removed.
No, I already had confirmation with all that stuff and seen them.
Well, I took pictures of them,
Yeah.
and they still weren't removed, so I don't even know the status
They're still there.
of them. If,
Yeah, they didn't go anywhere, yeah.
I know the cement barriers were there.
Yeah. They said they locked them in, so. I'm not gonna lie to them. Question is.
And the other, there's several other things too, like,
Is that a state project?
Yes.
and that's through Rudy. Because apparently Rudy called me and asked me about it, and I said, well, I told the company, I stopped and told them, expecting heavy rain, that kind of stuff, heads up, but they still didn't. Not my loss.
Not even though I don't do national night out.
So, the other thing that, the reason why this came up was because of the possibility of across the river. This was put out to the fire department also. They're beyond the discussion with Reesburg. Yeah.
There's
So,
gonna be an announcement.
but I didn't just wanted to have that on the radar for you.
Also,
Also,
put some money back into that fund.
yeah.
Yeah, they got all the irons back up now.
That was the deal to supply us with like the great day to New Jersey.
Yeah, it goes outside. Also, looking through,
It was pretty nice funding.
the elected official binder, we're gonna need to seriously look at updating this. This has all of council members' information from 4 years ago. The EOP is supposed to be reviewed every 2 years and hasn't been updated. So we're sitting at 4 years without an updated resolution on the EOP. So that's something that's also gonna have to be looked at too. And the NINs are required for the EMA position. They have a list of them out there, so that's all I have.
Finance. The July treasurer's report.
You want me to read this?
Yeah, or sure.
So there were some comments, I guess, in relation to, what was it, July?
Yeah, July's treasurer's report.
July's treasurer report. So there were some comments, I guess, that were out there, and there's some responses here. The general fund, the question was, the general fund received $13,090 refuge and recycling transfer, but the transfer out of the utility fund was only $11,620. Can the extra $1,470 be accounted for? And then the response that from council was refuge and recycling transfer coming out of the utility fund was $11,620. What was deposited into the general fund was $13,090. The total that was deposited into the general fund, the $13,090, was from June's transfer report and not deposited into the account until after the council meeting. The $11,620 for July is on the August treasurer's report. There were some questions, I guess. Charlie's quarterly borough manager pay of $1,470 was paid by check, not EFT. Were taxes withheld on this amount, and why was it not included as part of his EFT? The response was payroll was completed remotely with limited access to information. As such, taxes were not correctly taken out at that time. This was corrected upon returning to the office and has been noted. Let's see, Charlie's water copay is listed as an EFT direct from the utility fund. Wire funds being transferred from the utility fund for some pay, paid by check by others, and made as an EFT from the water company account. The response was the $787.50 is Charlie's quarterly pay from the water company fund. The money then gets deposited back into the general fund. His payroll from the payroll company reflects this amount on his check. The general fund is getting reimbursed for the work that Charlie does for the water company. With the confusion over, so this was a question, with the confusion over multiple payment methods and seeming accounting errors of the previously mentioned items from the treasurer's report, we neglected to ask why there are two payments shown to AMP, the electricity purchase, for a total of $80,042.21. May's treasurer's report shows a matching amount of $48,602.08. Is this line item a holdover from May, but was not reported in the June report? If so, how did it show up again in July's report? Our response was no. This was not a line item holdover. See the attached email from AMP. We were trying to be proactive and send another check out, and it is not being added as a credit because it was there in error. There was another comment, council has a duty to citizens to ensure our books are straight. How can we have faith that what we are being told is an accurate financial picture of the borough? The response was the accounts are reconciled every month. We're using QuickBooks and the borough does get audited. We've just completed the SWIFT workers' compensation insurance audit with no issues. Then there was a last question here, or comment here. Council seems to be relegated. Council seems to have relegated their responsibility to the borough office and is not taking due care to payments, to pay any attention to all of what they are being presented. It says, don't seem to understand, but yet always vote to accept a flawed or questionable treasurer's report. This is malfeasance, laziness, and or lack of intelligence. Yeah, you can acknowledge this, yeah, but just know that the checks and folders are looked over and approved at each meeting, and I can account myself personally to Bill driving himself insane before this meeting, reviewing. The month before that, Rob drove himself crazy, matching up checks and invoices and making sure everything was
We're
straight.
not responsible, you guys can do it.
Any other comments? I don't. You guys know.
I'm learning.
Alright, planning,
Well, start with finance. Where are we with the audit? Have we got an audit yet?
No, it's complete, but it's not printed. That's what the accountant said. We have a whole new accounting firm, our last firm quit on us.
So don't we normally get that like April, May,
Yeah.
something like that?
Yep.
well, that's when the audit takes place, but then
Yeah.
it takes them a while to write the report.
To turn it around back to us for an approved certified audit.
So planning,
Nothing.
recreation, National Night Out.
Thanks everybody for showing up.
Yeah, thanks for helping us.
Until the rain took over.
I'm slinging hot dogs. I believe, it's on the calendar to do something in
Yeah.
October down at, the Borough Park.
Fall Fest.
Possibly involving
To use up the rest of the.
a movie and, free hot dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things on there,
Yeah,
like
a lot of things on.
pie baking contest or something like that.
There'll be
Is that gonna be a movie?
What?
Yeah, we'll be moving that.
I thought they were gonna, people, I don't know.
There'll be an agenda sent out about
And so there's something in the works to,
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of neat,
it.
if we agree to it, I'm sure.
to involve the residents.
Yeah, but there's somebody gonna bring cows down, your kids will be able to feed them, goats will be able to feed goats. That's,
Longhorns already.
what?
Longhorns already.
They can feed down, set up a booth to feed
There's no
me.
hay rides and stuff too.
Yeah, hay rides, it's gonna be kind of neat.
We get some rabbits up there. too.
Yeah, get some rabbits,
Rabbits on a stick.
have rabbit races.
Doug, rabbits on a stick.
That would be pretty good.
October is rabbit season. All right, sanitation and sewer, I have, on there, we asked residents to take a look at their sewer caps, see if any of them are damaged. And if they are, please contact the borough, and, the sewer authority will be in contact with you to get that resolved.
Also the vent caps.
What's that?
Vent caps.
Vent caps, yes.
Clean ups.
Are you talking about, I have the short.
You have a pump, so no.
Yeah, so you're not,
When they're out
There is
in,
a sort
either the water or the electric, can't they just check it?
No, they're not employees of the sewer authority.
Oh,
Streets and highways,
Nothing right now.
are they fixing, do you know if they're fixing the wires and stuff on Valley? Cause they're hanging down pretty low.
Yeah,
That's a mess.
it is.
Can we reach out to our state contact and
Yeah,
raise that concern?
yeah. I talked to Rudy about it, but
One of these days, my camper may take one of them wires down.
yeah,
The motorhome almost pulled a bunch of them.
yeah.
and also I noticed with the street, on streets and highways, down here at Dump Road, we understand that that's a state road there. Well, there is a willow tree, it's hanging way down. I could barely get under it with the brush truck when I take it out driving.
Yeah.
We have to make a call down there, the engines. Is there anything you can contact the state and say, hey, raise them up above 13.6?
Yeah.
Well, somebody sprayed and cut it off, it looks like.
Oh, I was down there. I kind of avoided it with the brush truck.
It's in the borough area, yeah, I
Yeah.
agree, but it's on state road, so.
There's a med ed pole up Whistler Road that's got a broken cross on it too. Normally I'll just stop and get the pole number and call that in because
Yeah.
they won't
Was that the one
respond.
near 80 Whistler Road, 80 Whistler Road?
It's up on top of the hill, it's probably 3/4 of a mile, half a mile up top, going up, and the cross arm's horizontal and it's broken and it's hanging on the diagonal.
We'll get into that over the next one.
Yeah, that's,
I mean, that's nothing we can do.
No,
technically.
electric utility, power outage on August 6th, that was on Whistler Road at 80 Whistler Road, and it was, about a good 400 or 500 yards up on the hill. If you're down, Clyde, I forget the
You know where
direct
the white
address.
barn is? That's where this cross arm's broke.
Where that yellow dude is.
Yeah, well, tree took that down, what was that, Thursday night? Thursday night, took that down, high voltage, caught the woods on fire. I've seen every pretty color you could possibly see come out of that. And then, I went down on Clyde, went up to the backside of that, and you could get access, Med-Ed's where it is. So, I mean, that's why on the report here, on the agenda, states power outage, they had to go and shut the power down to reroute coming off of Whistler to the clock, to the borough.
They're gonna be busy, cause somebody should run off in front of Reese's gas station. They have all that shut off over there, the road shut down, cause there's literally a pole laying there.
yeah, we have an outage very few times that are our responsibility.
Alright, the water, just moving along here, the water issue on August 7th.
That was just water went down because of the outage, 2 hours later, so. I was already back in bed, sound asleep when they called and said there wasn't any water.
Shut the power down.
Yeah, the generator switched on and nothing was there.
Alright, so, under the electric utility work from there, are we still working on streetlights, or is that?
Yeah, yeah. We're waiting on wires and fuses.
And, last month we said we were looking for a plumber to change the water meters,
Mhm.
we'll work on that.
Oh, yeah, but not, I've only got one response. Guess nobody wants to work anymore.
And then, under zoning,
Nothing.
trees in the lines, we're still working on getting someone to.
Yeah, I got tree cutting coming to do the ones down the park. The ones that are out there on the streets. Before winter gets here.
Any further member discussion or public comment on the committee reports?
Of course, when your accounting firm said they quit.
Yes. The original county firm quit.
When did the council appoint a new firm?
When did what?
When did council appoint a new firm?
Beginning of the year, right?
Yeah. Either the end of last year, beginning of this year.
Oh, really?
What's that?
At a reorg.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Okay, any other public comments or member comments? We need a motion to accept the committee report.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Alright. Unfinished business. Nothing in that. Councilperson's comments, go around here. Melissa? Ron? Brian?
I probably should have brought up the recreation, but I'd like to put a feel around it, see how many people actually use the West Shore Rec, to see if it's actually worth the while to keep that up. I don't know how we, I know a lot of people have Facebook, and we do.
Do you want to,
I'd like to see how many people actually use it, is it worth us paying?
Don't we have somebody that goes to that?
yeah.
Yeah, Brian.
And you're not seeing anything?
But the first,
I've talked to a lot of people, and they no, we don't use it, we don't do that.
Can you get a report from them?
yeah, they should be able to give us a report on how many residents we use.
At least they used to be.
I can look at those papers again, I have the financial, I don't remember seeing
They
any.
used to put a report together that we could get.
I'll have a meeting.
Yeah, I asked, yeah.
Yeah,
like
I have a
Conrad.
meeting tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Just
They
then,
didn't
Eric,
cancel it?
Eric's one that does
What's
that.
that?
They didn't cancel that?
No.
Cause I keep getting notices, cause I'm back up that the meetings are canceled.
Yeah.
And if you remember when we went to the first meeting, most of the classes and stuff were filled up. And it's like, you get none of, you know?
A lot of those classes were the swimming pool.
Yeah, and
That's probably 95% of like does the swimming thing.
so if one of our residents wanted to do it, they wouldn't be able to because they were filled up. So what's the point? Hey, what is it, $2,900 a year?
Well, plus it's expensive to even do this.
Yeah, they got still pay some money towards it.
But yeah, it's for a report, good to know.
Alex, I'll check on the open.
Yeah, as I say, we can do a survey or something like that, but see if you can get a report from them of their actual.
Gotcha.
How many residents?
Yeah, because they want to know when you sign up for the class, what municipality.
Hey, that's good.
Bill,
I'd like to, make a motion to review the borough manager's requirement.
we're still under.
Oh, no, I have no comment.
Rob?
No.
Will?
No, I don't have any.
Okay. New business, discussion on resolution 24-7, a resolution supporting America 250 in New York's 275th birthday celebration. America is turning 250 years old on July 4th, 2026, and is being celebrated along with York's 275th birthday celebration on August 19th, 2024. As a community located in the county, it is important to pledge our support for these celebrations in the form of the resolution currently under consideration. Residents interested in learning more about these celebrations should visit the More tab of our website, and you can follow the links to York County's History Made Here or America 250 websites.
Are they asking to have something here or have?
No,
party
they
here,
just-
or they just want money.
I don't think they went in. It was on that letter that we got last month.
Okay.
It was just, they asked us to pass a resolution supporting their efforts. So, is that in their
For
package?
example, what's that?
Is that resolution in their package?
No. So it's not mine.
Can you give us a Cliff Notes version of what they're talking about? Just kind of review it for us verbally.
Yeah. So it says, whereas Pennsylvania legislature and the governor created America 250 PA in 2018 to plan, encourage, develop, and coordinate the commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the United States. Pennsylvania's integral role in that event, and the role of its people from the nation's past, present, and future. And whereas America 250 PA hopes to engage all Pennsylvanians and all 67 counties through their many signature and official recognized programs, projects, events over the next 5 years by inspiring future leaders and celebrating all Pennsylvanians' contributions to the nation over the last 250 years. And whereas the York County Commissioners have unanimously adopted a resolution endorsing the Commonwealth effort to celebrate and commemorate the 250th anniversary of both the United States and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And whereas the York County Commissioners also desire to couple the 275th birthday of York County and the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Articles of Confederation of New York with America 250 PA. Celebrations to commemorate York's role in the forming of our nation's government. And whereas by the adoption of America's 250 PA's 4 pillars of epic vote to educate, preserve, innovate, and celebrate. Now therefore be it resolved, the Borough of Goldsboro hereby endorses America 250 and York County Commissioners in their mission to educate, preserve, innovate, and celebrate every Pennsylvanian in every county and municipality of York County. And be it further resolved, the Borough Council of Goldsboro Borough officially supports York County and the work with America 250 PA on all activities appropriate within York County, and it is further resolved that a copy of this resolution be sent to York County Commissioners and further to the legislative delegation in America 250 PA Commission, which all this day, they've always done.
So they're just asking us to endorse.
Yeah, with the resolution.
Well, resolutions we have to vote on.
All that, yeah.
What do you guys got any thought?
As long as we wouldn't.
It doesn't sound like it commits us to anything yet. Make a motion, we adopt resolution 2024-7.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? What's that? All right, next is discussion on amending chapter 1, administration and government, part 2, of the office of borough manager, section 1-203, qualifications of the Goldsboro Borough Code of Ordinances. So we have noted that the ordinance dealing with the qualifications of the borough manager was not appropriately updated as originally intended when Charlie was selected and approved for the position. As Charlie continues to serve in this capacity, council members also believe that amending this ordinance will better facilitate the identification of a qualified candidate and effectively serve the borough when the need arises to appoint a new manager in the future. We have amended, so we're gonna amend it.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the new qualifications for the borough manager.
Is this the, what part of it?
So we're amending the,
Has our solicitor had an opportunity to review this?
no, what we're asking for is looking for a motion to, ask the solicitor to review it and advertise.
I'd like to make that motion.
I'd like to see this before it gets advertised.
Not in the packet.
I thought there was one in
Is
every
it in the
packet.
packet?
None of us have that. No.
There's a couple of them have.
Yeah.
There's 124-7 too, that's the other. There's another one, 124-7.
Bill, do you have a copy?
Yeah.
This is the last ones I have. Let's see if that's the last copy I have with me.
How'd you get one from?
Yeah. Thank you.
So is this just updating the language?
Yeah, it's updating that last paragraph there where it says qualifications.
On the -1.
I started carrying extra copies of stuff along with because of that.
So basically, the change in this is in the borough or not in the borough.
Right.
Well, what's in place as far as PA state law? I mean, I know some of them say you have to become a resident in so many years. I believe his was 3 years. Does that change or what?
Yeah, that's what we're amending.
So there's gonna be no,
Within 10 miles.
There's no resident.
There's no residency
Residency required.
under state law. You had one under your borough law, and that's what's being changed.
And that's what we're tweaking here.
That should have been done when they hired me.
Is 10 miles realistic?
That's
10 miles, air miles.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, is 10 miles realistic?
Yeah. Still include Middletown stuff where you got,
Well, what I'm saying is, that's a pretty damn small area that you're looking at.
but you get 20 miles, how long is it
You
gonna
gotta
take?
be careful,
To
we're
get
close
here,
to the
get
Maryland
water.
line.
No, you're gonna worry about how fast it's gonna get your electric back on.
Oh, no,
How fast
no,
it's gonna get
I
water turned
understand,
back
I'm
on.
just
Yeah.
saying,
You got to be semi-close.
10 air miles, I think takes us up there. Close to it.
okay.
That'll include Middletown. Every year that way, that's.
Because I
pretty
mean,
good.
when I applied for that position, I didn't live in the town, or I didn't live in the borough.
And they had the yourself to be a York County resident.
Yeah,
So you that would take the river out.
that's a resident of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, well, Shell reside in York County, so.
Oh, okay.
That's
The
what
Middletown people
That way
don't
you take,
wireless.
that way you take the river out.
Yeah.
I'm fine with the way that reads, I don't know where you guys are.
I'm good.
I'd say within your county, too.
Yeah, it's what it says that.
Yeah.
You want me to make a motion to
Yeah, motion.
refer the solicitor review and advertise? I'll make that motion.
I'll second that. All those in favor? Aye.
I thought there was more to it than that.
So we'll have our office will advertise it then, or it's also used, we'll advertise it, or?
No, we'll advertise, you
Okay.
just give us the okay whether it's good to go or not.
Okay,
Send us the final.
gotcha.
This is just in draft form.
Sounds good.
Okay, is there anything else for new business? Alright, hearing none, moving on to the treasurer's report. Any discussion or public comment on the treasurer's report?
Question, I think the last several credit reports under the Visa check card just says did not receive statement. Has there been any updates once you do receive a statement?
But just got the statements today, so I filled the checks in. Is that what you're asking?
No, like your debit card.
We don't get the statements until after meeting's over.
Right, but like last month it also said that, the month before I think it said that, so.
Right, and
It's
so
like
it,
they publish what.
and it is that way when our meetings are like the 7th or something like that, when we get to the 12th, we get them like that day before the meeting or the day of the meeting.
I get that, I'm just asking, when was that information then made public?
You mean, when does each monthly statement become public?
Oh, you mean what it was, what those were? Yeah, the treasurer's report was already printed, so, I would imagine it would be an update on because there's no amount on those in the computer until tomorrow when she gets in there.
Right.
So, they'll be on the next treasurer's report.
So it is on next month's?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I asked.
Yep. But we have to pay them before that, or we get delinquent charges.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
Yeah,
what-
okay. I wouldn't understand the right.
I need a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second? Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Presentation of the bills. Any, member of public comment on the bills? Council should have a copy.
Make a motion, we pay the bills.
All those in favor? Alright. Next council meeting is scheduled for September 9th, 2024 at 6:30. The hearing for the Randy McGee and, sorry if I, Elsa Alt, versus the Borough of Goldsboro is scheduled for September 11th at 2024 at 6:30 p.m.
Oh, that's the chicken here.
Charlie, if you can please notify the participants of the date and time.
What is this? It's kind of an ominous day for a chicken.
I want that.
You can't have it on a regular meeting.
You can move it. Yes.
Yeah,
it's all right.
we didn't advertise it yet, so
Nope.
we can advertise it for any day you guys want. We can play
Let's-
it.
I have a medical appointment back there, so let's move it to the 4th, so September 10th. I'll be using my appointment. Can't do that.
Everybody good with the 10th?
September.
Yep.
That's when I'll advertise it for.
Alright, I need a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion. I second.
All those in favor say aye.
You can. Cookies and something.
Yeah, nice to meet you all. Yeah. I'm sure you meet people here again. Oh yes, I'm sure. But I will be back here next month. Yeah.
Melissa,
Just, you know, what, have you took notice?
check out the, York County.
Yeah. That's working more common than smaller boroughs.
Yeah.
Everyone knows each other.
Oh, I need to find it.
And everything we've been going through, I don't know, that's
Right. Anything here wrong? Working here?
well, actually, I've been going to work for the borough. But they let me in a manager position 5 years ago.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a lot to manage, of course, yeah.
Yeah, this borough has a company, so that's on top of the regular borough tax.
Well, you have a borough electric company?
Yes.
That's pretty rare.
Water company and sewer company.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.